Very good morning, students. Myself, Vijay Lakshmi, working as Assistant Professor in ISL Engineering College. So, in the last class, we have started Unit 5. So, we have seen one of the important questions, that is green chemistry principles. So, today I'm going to explain you one more topic, which is also very important in the external examinations, the long answer question, that is composites. So, what is a composite? And what is the use of synthesizing composites? So we know we have so many materials, but though we are synthesizing composites, we are preferring to use the composites. But what is meant by the composite? Composite is one of the engineering material. It is made by combining two or more material, often ones that have very different properties. So we are using two individual materials. By mixing these two individual materials, we are synthesizing composites. But here, the two individual materials are having different properties. The two are not having the same properties. But after mixing the two materials, whatever the composites we are getting, that composite is having the unique property. So here composites are superior than the individual materials. These individual materials are having the low stiffness or low characteristics or less characteristics. But here the composites are having superior properties to the individual materials. Because of that reason, we are synthesizing the composites. So composites are synthesizing to reach our requirements, to reach our needs. So wherever the composites are required, we are synthesizing by adding two or more than two different materials. The two materials work together to give the composite unique properties. Or two inherently different materials that when combined together produce a material with properties that exceed the constituent materials. That's what I said now. So here two inherent different materials that when combined together produce a material with properties that exceed the constituent materials. So here the composite material is having the superior qualities to the individual materials. So one of the best example, which is a natural composite, that is wood. Wood is one of the best example and it is a natural composite. And what composites offer? Composites offer high strength, lightweight, design flexibility, strengthen of part, net shape, manufacturing. Yes, so these are the advantages of composites. And this is why composites are important. Composites can be very strong and stiff, yet very light in weight. So ratios of strength to weight and stiffness to weight are several times greater than steel or aluminum. So that's what we said now. The composites are having the superior qualities to the individual materials. So in stiffness, whereas in weight, it is having a light weight, and strength to weight ratio will be more than the greater than the steel or the aluminum. And fatigue properties are generally better than for common engineering materials. So here the composites are having the better qualities to the individual materials. So we are synthesizing the composites. And toughness is often greater too. Composites can be designed that do not corrode like steel. Possible to achieve combination of properties not attainable with metals, ceramics, or polymers alone. So wherever these are not required, wherever these are not suitable, then we can use the composite materials. Because we know most of the metals are undergo corrosion, but whereas our composite materials are not undergo corrosion. So like steel or the metal, these are not corroding easily. So we are preferring to use the composites rather than the remaining materials. And let us see what are the components present in the composite material. This is very, very important question in the short answer question also. Explain the components or write the components of composite materials. But we said now how the composite materials are synthesizing. Composites are synthesizing by mixing two or more than two different materials. So generally we are synthesizing by mixing two different materials. These are also called as the phases. We are mixing or we are using the two phases to synthesize the composite materials. What are the two phases? What are the two materials? One of the material is called the reinforcement fiber and another one is called matrix. So we have the two phases in the synthesis of composite materials. These two phases are called the components. Those components are reinforcement fibers and the matrix phase. Here reinforcement fiber may be glass, carbon, organic, boron, ceramic or metallic. So these are reinforcement fibers. But whereas the matrix materials are maybe polymers, metals or the ceramics. So these are about the matrix materials. So what are the two components we are using to synthesize the composite material? One is called the reinforcement material and another one is the matrix material. So let us see what is the role of the individual components. What is the role of matrix and what is the role of the reinforcement phase? The matrix is especially using for transfer load to the reinforcement phase, temperature resistance, chemical resistance. So what is the role of matrix? Matrix especially using for the load transferring to that reinforcement phase and temperature resistance and the chemical resistance also. But whereas the reinforcement role is the tensile properties, stiffness and impact resistance. So these are the rules of the individual components. So now let us see types of composite materials. There are various types of composite materials are there. Among them, 5 are basic types of composite materials. So those basic types of composite materials, the 5 basic types of composite materials are fiber composites, particle composites, flake composites, laminar or laid and filled composites. So these are the 5 types of composites: fiber composites, particle composites, laminar composites, flake composites, and the filled composites. Let us see one by one. The first one is the fiber composites. In fiber composites, the fiber reinforced along the line of their length. So how the fibers are reinforcing or how the fibers are adding along the line of their length. So reinforcement may be the one-dimensional or two-dimensional or three-dimensional. So based on the alignment structure, the fiber reinforcement composites are the 3 types. One is the one-dimensional and two-dimensional and the three-dimensional. So which have given in the figures here. This is the one-dimensional and this is two-dimensional and this is isotropic. It is also called as the three-dimensional fiber composites. Here, one-dimensional composite gives maximum strength in one direction only. So it is giving the maximum strength in one direction. But whereas in two-dimensional gives the strength in the two directions. But whereas the isotropic is gives strength equally in the all directions. So the three-dimensional reinforced materials are also called as the isotropic reinforcement. So why are we calling isotropic? Isotropic is nothing but in all the direction, the properties will be equal. So that is called isotropic reinforcement composites. Yes. So these are the three types of composites in the fiber composites. And the next one is particle composites. So here in the particle composites, the particles will be adding to the matrix space. So particles usually reinforce a composite equally in all directions. For example, plastics, ceramics, and metals are the examples of the particles. So here maybe the plastics or ceramics or the metals, these pieces are acting as the particles here. And here the particles are used to strengthen a matrix, do not do so in the same way as fibers. For one thing, particles are not directional like fibers. So whereas fibers are having one-dimensional structure or two-dimensional structure, three-dimensional structure. But unlike the fiber reinforcement composites, the particle composites are not directional, spread at random throughout a matrix. So here these are spreading randomly. Matrix particles tend to reinforce in all directions equally ceramics. So here these are randomly distributing in all the directions. For example, oxide-based ceramics, carbide-based ceramics, metal plastic particle composites. Yes, so these are based on the ceramics, oxide-based and the carbide-based. And next one, metal plastic particle composites. Metal in metal particle composites. Yes, so here metal may be mixing to the plastics and metal may be mixing to the metal. So these are the various types of particle reinforcement composites. And the next one, flake composites. Flakes, because of their shape, usually reinforce in two dimensions. So two common flake materials are glass and the mica. Glass and mica are the examples of the flake composites. And also aluminum also acting as the metal flakes here. Yes, here flakes are nothing but like this crystals. Yes. So these are added to the matrix space here. And the next one, laminar composites. Laminas are nothing but like sheets. A lamina is any arrangement of unidirectional or oven fibers in a matrix. Usually this arrangement is flat, although it may be curved as in shape. So a laminate is a stack of lamina arranged with their main reinforcement in at least two different reactions. So here it is lamina with unidirectional fibers and this is lamina with oven fibers. So see here, all the fibers are aligned with each other. Yes, so these are in the unidirectional. But whereas in this, see here, all the laminas are not in unidirection. Yes, so these are having the oval fibers. That means these are having the spring-like structure. Yes, so like curved structure. A laminate is a stack of lamina arranged with their main reinforcement in at least two different directions. So these are the two different directions here. Maybe in this direction or in this direction. And the next one, filled composites. In this, we are filling to the matrix space. There are two types of filled composites. In one, filler materials are added to a normal composites, result in strengthening the composite and reducing weight. But the second type of filled composite consists of a skeletal three-dimensional matrix holding a second material. So the most widely used composites of this kind are sandwich structures and honeycomb structures. So you know how the sandwich structure is. So here, one upon another, the filled composites and the matrix, these two are mixing with each other. And the types of composites based on the matrix materials. One is the metal matrix composites. So here metal matrix is nothing but here matrix phase is a metal. So here metal is added to the fibers. Metal matrix composites are composite materials that contain at least two constituent parts, a metal and another material or a different metal. The metal matrix is reinforced with the other material to improve the strength and the wear. Where three or more constituent parts are present, it is called a hybrid composite. In structural application, the matrix is usually composed of a lighter metal such as magnesium, titanium, or aluminum in high temperature applications. Cobalt and cobalt nickel alloy matrices are also common here. So here in a metal matrix composite, metal may be mixing to the metal or metal is mixing to the fiber. And the next one, ceramic matrix composite. Ceramic matrix composites are nothing but here the ceramics are acting as a matrix base here. So ceramics are added to the fibers. These CMCs are a subgroup of composite materials. They consist of ceramic fibers embedded in a ceramic matrix, thus forming a ceramic fiber reinforcing ceramic material. The matrix and fiber can consist of any ceramic material. CMC materials were designed to overcome the major disadvantages such as low fracture toughness, brittleness, and limited thermal shock resistance faced by the traditional technical ceramics. And applications are in jet and also in automobile engines, deep sea mining, cutting tools, dyes, and pressure vessels. And the next one, polymer matrix composites. The polymer matrix composites can be divided into three subtypes, namely thermoset, thermoplastics, and the rubber. Polymer is a large molecule composed of repeating structural units connected by covalent chemical bonds. So here, polymer is a large molecule composed of repeating structural units connected by the covalent bonds. And here PMCs consist of a polymer matrix combined with a fiber reinforcing dispersed phase. They are cheaper with easier fabrication methods. And PMCs are less dense than metals or ceramics, can resist atmospheric and other forms of corrosion, and exhibit superior resistance to the conduction of electrical current. And the applications of composite materials: electrical molding, decorative laminates, high performance cookware, sealant and gaskets, heat shield systems, components for high temperature gas turbines such as combustion chambers, stator vanes and turbine blades, brake discs and brake system components used in extreme thermal shock environments, components for slide bearings under heavy loads requiring high corrosion and wear resistance. And design objectives of composites, especially in performance, gives more strength, temperature, and the stiffness, manufacturing techniques, life cyclic considerations, and also in the cost. And categories of composites. So where we are using the composites, one is consumer composites, industrial composites, and advanced composites. Consumer composites. Typically, although not always, consumer composites involve products that require a cosmetic finish, such as boats, recreational vehicles, bathware, and sporting goods. In many cases, the cosmetic finish is an in-mold coating known as a gel paper. Yes, so here for the appearance wear, especially for the appearance, how we people are applying the cosmetics, same like that. For the machineries also, we are giving some cosmetic finish. So that cosmetic finish, especially by using the composite materials, that is consumer composites. And the next one, industrial composites. A wide variety of composite products are used in the industrial applications, where corrosion resistance and performance in adverse environment is critical. Generally, premium resins such as Phthalic and vinyl ester formulations are required to meet corrosion resistant specifications, and fiberglass is almost always used as a reinforcing fiber. And the next one, advanced composites. So wherever advanced level, in the advanced level, the composites are required. There also we are using the composite material. So that is in the advanced composites. So let us see the applications of composites. So where we are using the composites, especially composites are using in the automobile industry, marine applications, aeronautical applications, communication antenna, electronic circuit boards, and safety equipment like ballistic protection and the airbags of the boats. So here these are the various applications of the composite material. So this is about the composites. Remaining we will see in the next class. Thank you so much.